What's going on, my Evercade enthusiasts? My name's Evercade. Welcome to the channel. And today, I also want to talk to you guys about. Basically, for those you don't know, this morning we got the announcement from Blaze Entertainment, from Sean Cleaver, head of marketing at Blaze Entertainment, about Amiga games coming to Evercade. Now, we've heard these rumors. It was announced a few days ago, Amiga 37 event in Germany about Amiga having a partnership with Evercade. But now, obviously, Blaze has actually come out and confirmed this news, and it has a lot of potential. And I think this news has just kind of made the Evercade the ultimate retro system because the Amiga was probably the most popular gaming home computer brand in the UK and in Europe during the 8-bit era. Now, obviously, we've seen the Amiga Mini, Amiga 500 Mini, so we could potentially see some games from that on Evercade now. We could potentially see Amiga CD32 games come to Evercade. And there's a whole line of publishers now that Blaze can sort of just go in and like get some licenses for, just put on Evercade, and it's huge potential because you got companies like Gremlin Graphics who have signed to Evercade. Getting some of their games on from the Amiga would be amazing. Getting some games from companies like Pico Interactive, who owns a huge lineup of games. We don't even. They're one of the ones where like they own so many titles, it's kind of hard to tell what they own. You got Codemasters, you got Bitmap Brothers, you got Team 17, all of which have a history with Blaze and have put some of their games on Evercade, meaning we could potentially see even more. We could see even more Amiga games on Evercade. And the Amiga was obviously a huge thing. It was a huge phenomenon back when it was around. Obviously, the Amiga CD32 was Commodore, who obviously owned Amiga. Commodore was only really pushed into the home console market because after the CD32 came out, last about 8 months, then Commodore went bankrupt. But hopefully we can see some of these games live on. We can see some of these games come to Evercade on these cartridges that we can then play on the VS and the EXP, which is going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing to be able to play these games again, and it opens up the door to a lot more publishers, developers, and more importantly, it also opens up the door to a load more homebrew enthusiasts who are still making games for systems like the Amiga 500 and the Commodore 64. Imagine getting some of these new homebrew games as well as getting some like beloved classics. You know, there's just so much potential here now because of this deal. And we don't know what games have been confirmed, we don't know what publishers have been confirmed. All we know is that Blaze has got the rights to emulate Amiga games, meaning there's a huge lineup of games that has just been basically said, hey, you can kind of come in and get what you want. And this is going to be huge because Evercade as a platform already emulates like 14 systems. To get Amiga games, that's basically increased the amount of games you can offer because there are thousands of games on the Amiga. And yeah, it just kind of makes Evercade a stronger purchase just for a lot of people because now, hey, you got your home console collections, you got your handheld collections because you got stuff like the Atari Lynx collection, you got stuff like your arcade collections, and now you've got your C64 and you got your Amiga collections. Meaning there's a huge line of games now that are just right for the picking, right for Blaze to basically come in, get a load of games on board, and boom. Now, how do I think this is going to affect Blaze? I think this is going to be a huge win for Blaze and for consumers because obviously that's going to lead to more games on Evercade, and for Blaze that will lead to more people picking up an Evercade. So, to me personally, I think Blaze has done a huge thing here, and they've like when I'll say this, this might sound weird, but a lot of people have a fear that there's like a micro console war going on between like Evercade, Playdate, and all these other smaller brands that are trying to like break in with their own consoles. But I kind of feel like this kind of just makes it seem like if that's everyone's theory, uh, Evercade's already won it because of this one deal they've won it. So yeah, am I excited for Amiga games on Evercade? Yeah, I've never played an Amiga, so getting to play some of their games would be great. And I do hope that Blaze also does like a little keyboard something or something like a controller with a keyboard that we could then use on the VS or sorry the VS. Um, that would be great. Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts about this in the comments down below. Are you hyped for Amiga games on Evercade? Do you think this changes everything? Because I personally think it changes just the whole perception of Evercade of now being, hey, you have a potential massive lineup of games. You just need to get the rights to. Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts about this in the comments down below. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like, share, all that good stuff, and I'll see you in the next episode. Peace.